Alright, let's break down what's happening between Israel and Gaza right now, and how it all led up to this moment. First, let's rewind to October 2023. That's when Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, sparking one of the deadliest conflicts the region's seen in years. Israel responded with a massive military campaign inside Gaza, casualties mounted on both sides, and the world watched, horrified. Fast forward to early 2024. International pressure was mounting. The humanitarian situation in Gaza kept getting worse. Hospitals overwhelmed, food and water scarce, thousands displaced. Negotiations for a ceasefire flickered but didn't stick. Now let's zoom in to the summer of 2024. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was facing growing criticism at home. Israelis were protesting, calling for new elections and questioning the government's handling of both the war and domestic issues. But Netanyahu, ever the political survivor, doubled down. He insisted that military pressure was the only way to weaken Hamas and guarantee Israel's security. Meanwhile in Gaza, the devastation was on full display. Entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble, families torn apart, and a generation of children caught in the crossfire. Humanitarian aid trickled in, but it was never enough. By August 2024, things reached a boiling point. The Israeli military intensified its operations, targeting what it called key Hamas infrastructure. The strikes were relentless, but Hamas kept fighting back with rocket fire and guerrilla tactics. The civilian toll kept rising. Here's where the politics really heated up. Netanyahu's leadership was on the line. In his own party, rivals were circling. Across Israel, the public was exhausted, by war, by uncertainty, by loss. The government's popularity was at rock bottom. But Netanyahu held on, arguing that any pause in fighting would only allow Hamas to regroup. On the world stage, pressure kept mounting. The US, EU, and Arab nations all called for an immediate ceasefire. International organizations warned of a looming humanitarian disaster if the fighting continued. But so far, efforts to broker peace have stalled. So, where does that leave us now? As of August 2025, the conflict is still raging. Netanyahu remains in power, but his future is uncertain. Gaza is in ruins and the cycle of violence feels unbreakable. It's a tragic reminder of how layered and stubborn this conflict is, how politics, history, and human suffering are all tangled up, making simple solutions nearly impossible. If you want to understand the region, you have to look at these moments and the choices made under pressure. That's why it matters. Thanks for watching. If you found this timeline helpful, hit like, and let me know what you think in the comments. Stay informed.